we're going to look at some follow-ups for once you've got a Kimura locked on. You're in a good finishing position, but your opponent is defending well and making some strong attempts to escape. So here, we've gone over already several ways to get here. I've got my Kimura locked on, everything's going well. I'm either over his arm entirely or I'm blocking it with my knee, okay? So once we're here, I want to keep him on his side, okay? Of course, number one is if I can keep him locked here on his side and not let him belly down, not let him go to his back, that's going to be my number one option. But if I also have to be sensitive. If I feel I'm not going to be able to control him and he's starting to move to his belly, to a turtle position, or to his back, I need to be ready to react to that, okay? So, number one, if my partner is starting to go, to take his back to the mat, okay, I can resist my partner like this, okay? So what I'm going to do, actually let's rotate this one a little bit. So if my partner is starting to bring his back to the mat, back flat to the mat, that's going to leave him this little opening where he can pull his elbow through, exactly, and start to escape the Kimura, okay? So when we're back up here, first, when I feel him go, I put my weight in my right leg and I step my left leg. This is one scenario where, because of the strength of the Kimura grip, I'm okay with just directly, linearly resisting my opponent, okay? Usually the answer is not when somebody defends or when somebody tries an escape, my answer is not going to be just stop them, right? But because of the strength of this grip and my position here, I can put my weight in my knee, set my foot, and no matter how hard my partner tries to get his back to the mat, it's not going to be possible, okay? From here, while he's trying to get his back to the mat, I can pick my moment to try to break the grip, okay? Then I can come back to normal, or very often, because my foot is already up, and because he's already trying to put his back to the mat, I can go into that kind of old school judo version, okay? Now, that reaction is going to be best if I catch on really early, if I feel really early which way he wants to go, okay? If he goes and even gets a little bit of an angle on me, okay, it's going to be very hard for me to make that transition. And the time it takes me to turn this way, he's going to be able to get his back flat to the mat and escape, okay? So from here, and often you'll be trying to join your hands together, right? Yeah, okay? From here, if he even gets a few degrees of angle on me here, I'm probably not going to be able to use that first one, okay? So what I want to do actually is I'm going to take my left thigh and pillow it under my partner's head. So as my partner, go ahead and try to bring your back to the mat, okay? And join your hands together. Yeah, okay? As he's bringing his back to the mat, I'm going to pull up just a little bit and put my thigh under his head. Okay, keep your hands together, right? You're defending, okay? And then this top leg, I'm going to take my heel and hook his elbow, okay? From here, once I hook his elbow, I pull on my heel and it makes his grip pretty uncomfortable here. If I can break through his grip, I can start to lock up those side triangles, okay? Some people can finish the side triangle right there. I have difficulty finishing the side triangle. So once I've stopped his escape and broken his grip apart, usually I'm going to be looking to just come back up with a stronger position, okay? So we'll show that one more time. Let's go this way a little bit. Okay. So here working my attack, my partner starts to take his back to the mat. I resist for a second. I pull up on the Kimura, and I pillow my leg under his head. The top leg comes over, my heel hooks under the elbow, okay? I try to dig my heel to his armpit and pressure my thigh into his grips, makes it uncomfortable. At this point, probably, he'll even rejoin his hands over my leg. That's fine, okay? I can try to work for those side triangles. For me, they're difficult to finish, but I just come back up, and we're right back into a strong attacking position. And you can even work your triangles from here, okay? So those are two possibilities for when my partner's trying to take his back to the mat. Well, the other thing we need is a response when my partner tries to turtle, okay? So let's go feet away from me, head towards me. Okay, so a lot of the times, this one happens a lot, like when I'm coming up from like a rolling Kimura, I'm approaching behind my partner, and I haven't fully stepped this leg in front of him yet, okay? So often in this scenario, he'll start to go towards a turtle. Yeah, perfect, freeze right there. The first thing I need to focus on, really specifically, is this line of his thigh here, through his kneecap. I want to step my foot in front of his knee, in front of where his knee is going to land on the mat when he goes to turtle. So not real close here like this, okay? So I'm going to follow that line, and I want to step in front of that line where his turtle guard is going to land on the mat, okay? As my partner continues to turtle, I'm going to go to a super low squat, and I'm going to try to sit. Keep going. I'm going to try to sit my left hip towards my right heel, okay? And what this does is it makes it really easy for me to clear my right leg over my partner's back. At this point, even if he did have a grip of his hands together, I push my thigh into his hips, and I can easily break his grips for the Kimura finish right here. Okay, so as my partner goes, remember, I'm going to show you what it looks like if I mess up a little bit here. So if my partner goes to turtle, go ahead, and I step in front of him and I sit like this, okay? You see how when I sit straight down, look at what's happening. My foot is already getting covered by his turtle guard, okay? Even if my foot was not covered, as I sit right here, it's difficult to bring it over my partner's back, okay? So, but if I touch my kneecap to his hip and I fall to my left side, look, it takes no flexibility. I just take my foot right behind his butt. I hit my thigh into his rib cage and separate his hand for the Kimura right here. So it's very important that here I'm on my left side. I'm on the side facing my opponent's head. My left leg is actually contacting his head. All right, so this is keeping his posture broken and keeping him from rolling out here. Okay? We're going to go through this one more time, same one, because look, I'm going to repeat it all because I correct people so many times in class when they're learning this one on these two big details. Stepping wide enough with your foot so that it doesn't get covered, stepping wide enough, and falling to your side, okay? So what I like to think of it as, I step with my right foot, and when my partner goes, I want to take my left hip to my right foot. Okay, here, and it's easy to get my leg behind. Here. One last little thing to consider, just in case, let's say, just in case we mess up and this right foot gets covered. Okay, what happens if we miss our chance here? So my partner's going to turtle. I step in front of him. As he comes down, he covered my foot. Okay, look, yeah, you see how he starts to walk around me right away? Go back one step. That's big trouble, okay? So if I messed up, look, this is not your go-to move, but if you messed up, this is the panic button right there, okay? And this will lead us into attacking our belly down arm bars right here, okay? So that's a different sequence. We have a video covering some belly down arm bars. That transition would lead right into all those options. You can check those out if you don't remember them. Remember, if you're attacking the arm, one more time, if I'm attacking this arm, go to turtle, and my foot gets covered, panic button, all right? This comes up a lot when you're on these arm attacks and my foot gets defeated, okay? Panic button right there, and we start to go to belly down arm bar sequences, okay? All right. There you go. Thank you. Okay. So, those are two possibilities for my partner.
Why are we changing?
Framing.
Why are you not following along with what I'm
This is what we
doing?
always do.
You need a new assistant. No.